Holly, what's your list of values? Please share. So, when I am text messaging on the apps with the guys, I have a kind of a list of questions that I run through with them before I agree to a date. And I don't do it like a robot, obviously. Like, you got to feel out the moment and the time for the question and how to do the question. But here's my list. So this might be a few videos in a series here. But let's go through the ones that I feel are important to ask the man before the first date.
That's a long ass list. And like I said before, women overcomplicate stuff. If you're going to ask them that many questions before you go on a date with them, what exactly are you two going to talk about once you meet him in person?
First question, I ask him what his intentions are. And I respond with, I'm looking for a life partner. Marriage is a possibility, but not a necessity. I want a best friend who will enjoy an adventurous life with me, an active person, a passionate lover, and I want a partner in life responsibilities. Points for being funny and a fun uncle to my kids. The goal is to scare off the men who don't want a family and don't have the same intentions as me, and hopefully have them be honest with me about if they're just dating casually or they're wanting to look for a life partner.
The goal is to scare them off, and trust me, that's exactly what's going to happen. Even if that's what the guy wants, it can still turn him off. Men don't like desperate women. The more desperate you are, the harder it gets, and it's the same for men and women.
I say I love my kids and I have them every other week, Friday afternoon to Friday afternoon. I have a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, and 14-year-old twin boys. When I do have my children, they do consume a lot of my time. They are my priority. And I don't expect the man I'm dating to meet my children until we're exclusive.
She's right about that. You need to understand this. If you date somebody with kids, their kids will always come first. That's just the way it is. It really makes no sense for a guy to do it, especially if he doesn't have any kids.
Okay, so I'm going on my first date in like 3 months because the last one I had was so terrible. I took a break from dating. But anyway, this is my outfit. And I swear it looks cuter in person. It'll look better when my hair is down. But let's talk about why I haven't been on a date. I got broken up with by a guy I'd been dating for like 3 months in like December. I mean, not long enough that I could really be mad, but I liked him, so I was upset. And I decide after coming back home for Christmas, like getting back to California, I'm gonna get back out there. Not really looking for anything serious. Enter Sean from Hinge. Sean from Hinge seems perfect. He's not looking for anything super serious, but he's, you know, nice, funny, asked me out pretty much right away, which I'm super down for.
So far, we know that Sean doesn't want anything serious. He just wants to get in, then get out. That being said, she agreed to go out with Sean because he was probably attractive.
And then we figure out a time to go out, and he drops on me 10 minutes before I leave for a brewery date that he is doing dry January. And I'm like, okay, weird flex, but whatever. I end up picking up the tab because I was drinking alcohol and he wasn't, and that's just the kind of girl I am. That's important later. Anyway, the date is actually super fun. We have a really good time. Then the time comes to leave, and it's like 10 p.m. on a Saturday. So I'm like, hey, if you're not doing anything, do you want to come to my apartment? And I think I'm just gonna watch a movie. And he's like, yeah, sure, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm like, great, sounds cool, let's do it.
She invited a guy to come over at 10 p.m. at night just to watch a movie.
Nope.
She just wanted to get her back blown out by Sean. Women usually do stuff like this for a reason, and she's not gonna fool anybody.
So he comes over and then proceeds to put on the least funny show I've ever seen in my entire life. I honestly don't remember the name because it's not important. Within 2 minutes of this movie being on, keep in mind this man is sober, he's trying to like make a move on me, but instead of just being 25 years old and using his words, he's like touching me, and it's kind of uncomfortable because like I don't really know this guy.
She doesn't know him, but he was in her apartment at 10 o'clock at night. She probably didn't even know him for longer than a week. It doesn't even seem like she even thought about her own safety.
So I naturally turn to him and just go, do you want to just hook up? And he was like, yeah, that's actually my dream, like let's do it. And I'm like, okay. So we don't have relations, but we do a bunch of other things. And let's just say, even though we didn't have relations, I was feeling like a generous person that day.
But wait, there's more.
He goes to leave and he's like, yeah, I really had a good time. I would love to see you again. And I'm like, sure, I'm not really sold on him as a concept, but I'm down to see what happens. He gets home. I swear he has not stepped in his door yet. And he sends me a text that says, hey, had a really good time tonight. Going forward, I think we should just be friends. Hope you can respect that. And he wanted to just be friends. These are my shoes. And not 10 minutes earlier, he was looking for his pants in my room. So be careful out there, ladies.
What exactly did she expect to get out of this? She knew he didn't want anything serious. She said it herself.
Sean from Hinge seems perfect. He's not looking for anything super serious.
Those modern women are out of control. This is why guys are going overseas.
This is the worst date experience that you've ever had in your life.
Top golf. The guy decided to teach me how to golf, and he like stood behind me.
What does a man need to do to keep a high-value woman in 2022?
Spoil her, appreciate her.
What you talking about, Will?
Because if she's not appreciated, she's gonna leave.